Hey, Daily Dosers. Thanks for joining us again. My name is Brandon Vasquez, and I'm the campus pastor at our Palma Valley campus. It's the best one. Today, we're going to be talking about the faith of Mary. How many of you, if you're anything like me, you've been asked the question at some point in your life, what is your life going to look like in 5 years? What's it going to look like in 10? Maybe even, hey, what's your plans for the next year? And if you're wired in a certain way, you might have an answer for that. You might know exactly what your life is going to look like a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Who you'll be married to, if you'll stay single, where you're going to live, how much money you want to make. And we have this picture in our head of what we feel like or expect our life to look like. I was in youth ministry for 16 years, and one day after one of our youth groups, a parent came up to me and said, you want to know how to make God laugh? Tell him your plans. In Luke 1:26 through 38, it talks about the coming of Gabriel to see Mary, the Virgin Mary, who ends up being the earthly mother of Jesus. And as we come upon Mary at this time, she's recently betrothed to Joseph, and she's really young at this time. She's a teenager, and but even so, I think she probably had an idea of what it was going to be like being married to Joseph, right? And so, where were they going to live? Were they going to have kids? What was their marriage going to be like? And so she has. I'm going out on a limb here. She probably has an idea of what life is going to look like being married to Joseph, and then in walks or flies or however he comes in, the angel Gabriel. And in Luke chapter 1, verse 28, it says, the angel went to her and said, "Greetings, you who are highly favored. The Lord is with you." And then I love this next verse. Mary was greatly troubled at his words and wondered what kind of greeting this might be. And then he goes on to say, you are going to become pregnant basically with the Son of God. And he says all these great things that are going to be of this little baby. And then she says in verse 34, "How will this be?" Mary asked the angel, "since I am a virgin." And the angel replied, "The Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you." And then in verse 38, she says, "I am the Lord's servant. May it be to me as you have said." Then the angel left. How many of us, when we're told with something that would completely change our plans for our future and our lives, would have that response? I look at Mary and I'm like, would I have that response if God came to me and completely flipped everything I had planned for the next week or month or years to come? And would I, a pastor on staff, say, "I'm the Lord's servant. May it be to me as you have said"? I hope that when we are faced with a situation like Mary, and it's not as crazy as getting pregnant with, being a virgin, but when we come to a place where God flips the script that we had set up in our heads, that we would have the faith that would say, "Hey, God, I am your servant. Do with us as you please." We'll see you next time.